thought I'd make this video to show you an easy way to light your coal stove. There's many ways to light a coal stove. I've done it different ways. This is the way I like to do it. It's the way I've been doing it for a couple years now. First off, I want to show you a few things about this stove. This is a DS Circulator stove made by DS Company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's the 1600 model, which is their big one in the Circulator line. A couple nice features is there's no electricity to this stove, but it does have a hopper in the top. You open this thing up here, and there's a hopper that fits in there. This is the hopper that goes right down in there. The nice thing about that is you can fill that thing and go away for like 2 days or so, or a weekend, depending on what you have it set at, and you'll have good fire when you come home. So that feature is nice. Like I say, there's no electricity to it, but it does circulate heat. It has 14 pipes on the 1600 that run all the way from the top of the stove down through the firebox and down to the bottom of the stove. They come out here. The stove sits about 5 inches off the ground, so what that does is it takes cold air off the floor and it heats it in natural gravity, and it comes out the top. So normally you wouldn't have like these ductworks here on this stove. This stove is nice enough that you could have it in your living room or like a nice parlor, but I have it in a non-finished basement, so these ductworks don't matter. But I hooked them up. I put them on there with these boots on the bottom, and what I did is I cover 3 of these pipes on each side of the stove, and so as it heats up the air coming off the floor, the heat rises, it goes right up through there and right up into my living room. My house is insulated well, so I'm heating altogether about 3,500 square feet with this stove, and it does a great job. Matter of fact, it heats that 3,500 square feet without even having it turned up very high. It does a great job just running, halfway on my settings. These here knobs on the front are just decorative. That's not how you set your draft. There's a knob on the back that you open it up. It has a coiled spring in there, so when the stove heats up to what you want it shuts the draft down, and then as it cools down, it opens the draft up and it regulates itself. So you set that for a mild day, you'll have it turned down, and a colder day you'll have it turned up so that it keeps hotter air, creating more heat. The stovepipe there that goes to my chimney, this particular stove, they don't recommend that you have a barometric damper on it, so all that you need is a hand damper on there. That's what that is right there. All my other coal stoves that I've had in the past I've had to have barometric dampers on it, so that was something different. And so what I'm going to do is go through a few of the steps to show you how I light it. One thing I want to mention, this stove comes with louvers in it, and what those louvers do is they bring air from down where your draft's coming in, down in your ash bin, and they bring it up around. That's what these things are right here. They bring it up around and they allow air to come over top of the coal that you're burning. That way you don't have a situation where gases build up and you have like a small explosion like some stoves will do. And if you don't have your stovepipe screwed together, it can blow your stovepipe off, and then you have a real problem. One other thing is, if you're going to burn coal or you decide to burn coal, make sure you have a good carbon monoxide detector to stay on the safe side. Alright, we're going to cut away and I'll get my stuff here. Okay, what I used to do is I used to build a wood fire in my coal stove and then let it burn for a while, and then you start adding coal on top of it and on top of it, and it takes a lot longer to start a fire that way. Most times I don't have that much time, so I want to make it a lot quicker, and I want it to stay lit, and I want it to get going quicker and not be messing around all day trying to get my coal stove going. So I open up both doors, the top door and my ash door, and that'll give it plenty of air in here through my ash door up through the grates. Now, one thing, here's what I get. Kingsford match light, or you can buy, there's generic kinds of this, but it's already pre-soaked charcoal, and it works great. So I just take and I put in, you can get big bags of this, but this is a small bag. I'm just going to put, for this video, you put a nice pile in there, right in the middle. That works good. This is a small bag, so I just went ahead and put the whole thing in there. And then all you do is you need a lighter. You just light it. You can light it a couple different spots, or one spot, whatever you want to do. But this stuff takes off really quick. Just close the door, let your ash door open, and that thing will get cruising. So I have a clock here, and we're at 1:02. The time says, so we'll see. We'll time ourselves a little bit and show you how quick this takes off. I mean, you can already see we got nice flames in there, and we won't have to wait real long, and we'll be adding coal. I'll make mention of the kind of coal I burn. This particular stove burns 3 to 4 different sizes of coal, depending on what your coal company sells in your area. I burn stove coal. It's larger chunks of anthracite coal, and I've burnt nut coal in it. Nut coal works good in it. I like the stove coal. I think it burns really well. It gets a lot of air through it. I personally think I get a hotter fire with it, so that's why I choose to burn. So here we are. It's 1:03 now. We lit this at 1:02, so I'm ready to start throwing coal on. Now you can take a shovel. If you got a coal bin close by here, you just take a shovel of coal, throw it in on top, a nice layer, one layer. But what I'm going to do today for this video, I have an old pair of gloves, so I'll put a nice layer of coal in here all over the charcoal. With these old gloves, it works good, and you can kind of just pick wherever the flames are licking up through there. You just throw a piece of coal right in on top of those flames, and in no time at all, we'll be glowing with that hot a fire. With it being charcoal like that, it smells like you're ready to cook burgers or something. Put a big steak on here. One thing I found when I would start the coal stove with wood, I would have more problems with my window on my door getting soot on it from the wood. So with this, starting it with charcoal, I don't have that problem. It seems to really keep my window nice and clean, and I like that better. I don't have that mess to clean up. Let's put a good amount in there. Put a couple handfuls in. Make sure you get a nice even amount. The nice thing about this stove is I could do it this way, or if I didn't want to handle each piece of coal like this, I could just open up the top here and just dump the bucket in and then spread it out. But I kind of like putting it where I think a piece needs to go. If there's a good flame coming up through, I try to get a piece right on top of it. Alright, we're going to let that go for now. So it's 1:06, so we're like 4 minutes into this. I'll close that up and I'll let them babies get red, and then we'll put some more coal on it. So that regulator I was talking about, we're on the back side of the stove right now. And right now I have it cranked all the way open. You can see here how it has the flopper all the way open. So this is how the draft is controlled on this stove. Right now I have it cranked all the way open because I'm lighting it, and I want to get as much air as I can in there. Once my fire is going, if I have, you know, milder weather outside, I don't want to put that much draft. I don't want that hot of a fire. So you take and you back this down here to number 2, or it goes down here to 1, and it goes all the way up to 6. No, it goes all the way up to 5. But yeah, when you want to adjust the temperature on this stove, say I look at the weather and say, oh, it's going to really warm up today, and I've been burning because it's 2 below 0. I'm burning right here about 3.5 usually. 5 below 0. That's going to have my house really nice and warm right there. If I go up here, it's going to be, my house is going to be unbearably hot. I mean, the way this works. So if you were older and you like your house really, really warm, like in the 80s, 84, 85 degrees or something like that, you might want to go up into these settings here. But for us, I mean, here in Pennsylvania, once in a great while we'll have, more sub-0 degree weather or wind chills of maybe 20 and 30 below. Every now and then we'll have it. Then you might want to turn it up like that a little bit more. Wind can tend to suck the heat out of your house a little bit more than other times. But for the most part, when it's cold, have it set about there. Now on your milder days when it's getting up into the 30s, high 20s to high 30s, in that range, I'm cranked back here, at the high 20s. I'm running on about 2.5, something like that. As it goes more up and gets in the 40s and that, I'll have it cranked down a little bit more, and it just kind of sits there and idles. Puts enough heat in to keep it comfortable, but it doesn't. It's a really nice way to regulate it. The time is 1:20. I still have my ash door open. That gives it plenty of air. That's keeping that thing going hot. You look inside, I got a nice glow going in there. I got blue flames licking off the top of the coal. She's going beautifully, and we're still under 20 minutes. And so I'm ready to add my coal, and then we're gonna go do something else for the day. So I'm just gonna take this, pop this baby open, take my bucket, dump that in there. Close that up. Close this up here. And that's as simple as it can be. I mean, no messing around. We had a little time there we could run upstairs and get a drink, whatever, in between the first part of the video, and we're still, right now, we're at 1:21, and I think we started this project at 1:02, so that's a pretty quick and efficient way to light a coal stove, if you ask me. Thanks for watching.